Okay, good morning everybody. Mike Niemiec here with some early morning grain and oilseed comments for Monday, October 3rd. Well, it's the start of a new week. It's also the start of a new month. I'd have to say that with the month of September coming and going and us having this USDA report last Friday and then another weekend of hedging and harvest activity, we really haven't seen much in the way of downside price pressure here of late. Overnight trade reflected that as well. All wheat prices are down 1 to 2 cents. Corn's down fractionally. Beans are up roughly 1. Meal up $2.50, and the soybean oil down 35 points. But looking back at the month of September, we probably had wheat prices up in the neighborhood of around 14 cents. Corn also was up around 21 cents, beans 11 cents. The soybean oil was up 60 points. The only market that was a little bit on the defensive was the soybean meal, and that was down in the neighborhood of around $7. So once again, the point here was that not much pressure in the marketplace at this point in time. On the docket today, we'll have our weekly export inspections at 10 o'clock. They're looking for strong numbers for wheat and corn, and particularly perhaps even for beans with the big lineup. After the close, we'll get our crop progress numbers, and they're looking for the corn and the bean harvest to be roughly around 30% complete. And we're also going to get a monthly fats and oils report. That'll be the monthly soybean crush for the month of August. They're looking for a number of around 141 million bushels versus 153 in July. We'll also get some soybean oil stocks. They're looking for the neighborhood of around 2.0 billion versus 2.2 back in July. And we'll also get a corn grain crushing report. Didn't see any estimates on it. Friday was an update on the commitment of traders report. Commitment Treasury report is still kind of in the same vein where we see the trade and net short with modest to sizable net short positions in the wheat and in the corn. Still net long the beans. Only a small net long in meal, but a sizable net long in the soybean oil to the tune of around 95,000 lots. Perhaps that may have been getting into some of the weakness overnight for the soybean oil. China's on a holiday this week, so no new input from them, other than the talk of them talking about corn exports that was occurring last Friday. And Malaysia was also on a holiday just for today, so no input from them. Other than that, we look at the weather going forward in here. It looks like the 11 to 16 day forecast is looking for pretty much mild weather, not too much of the wetness that we've seen over the weekend. And it's also going to be somewhat conducive for South America as we start to eyeball them. They came out over the weekend and talked about how their bean plantings are now around 5% complete versus around 2% average. So I don't know, not much pressure during the month of September, but then again, we also are looking at a large supply over the marketplace along with additional harvest activity. More of that will come the way on October 12th when the USDA revisits their monthly supply and demand tables. Once again, this is my opinions, not that of ADM or ADMIS. Thank you.